Pally.
Today's Tuesday, March 5th, 2019.
And InFocus starts right now. Pally's Spirit Squad tryouts are happening soon. We'll have the info.
The thoughts behind the anti-vaccinists prove wrong, one study says. We'll tell you more.
And Pally's daily routine is disrupted twice today. We will get the reactions from the Pally community.
All that and more is coming up on today's show.
Welcome to InFocus. I'm Noor Navaid.
And I'm Ori Nirpaz.
There's a lot going on around campus.
Here's some important announcements from today's campus bulletin.
Pally's annual Career Speaker Series continues until the end of this week. Tomorrow's speaker is Google Global Product Lead Mary Minow, who will be in the math atrium. Pally Chair is holding tryouts for next year's season. There will be 2 open practices for students to learn the routines and see what Chair entails on March 26th and 28th. Monday, April 15th through Friday, April 19th will be the official tryout days. Prom tickets are now on sale. If you plan on going, please go to the ASB web store or Miss Giffen's office in the Tower Building. Ticket sales end March 27th.
Pally Theater is putting on its spring show later this week. The show is Guys and Dolls and will be starring some of Pally's incredible students from all grades. The performance dates are March 8th, 9th, 15th, and 16th at 7:30 p.m. as well as matinees March 14th at 4:30 p.m. and March 17th at 2 p.m. KPOL will be hosting their bi-monthly live show this Friday. This week's theme is country music. If you feel down to hoe down with songs from St. Louis, then join them on the quad at lunch. There will be a chance to win some KPOY socks. Attention college-bound young women, if you're considering a school with a Greek system and have questions, concerns, or want information on sororities, you are invited to have tea and learn more. Kindly RSVP by March 20 to lynette.brown@yahoo.com.
This morning, during first period, students and staff were interrupted by the sounds of fire alarms. In an email to staff at 8:56 a.m., Assistant Principal Jerry Berkson stated, quote, "Actually, from a classroom this time, could just be a malfunction. Maintenance will take a look," end quote. After the initial evacuation, the school day continued as planned. That was until fifth period when the alarm was again triggered. Students evacuated and were on the field for nearly half an hour. These evacuations have unfortunately become commonplace at Pally, and students and staff are showing frustration.
It's been bad because I missed, I was in a test for the first period, so we had less time on that, and then this past period, it wasn't too bad, but it's just missing class.
Both cases, the wonderful ladies from the League of Women Voters were here registering juniors, and in both cases, it's kind of mid-stride. They had to stop, and we came out here, and then we'll go back, and they'll finish up. We lost in both periods. We're going to lose essentially 30 minutes of time. So that's an hour. That's a man hour.
Moving on now from what's going on around campus to what's happening in the world and locally today.
Let's take a look at what's topping today's headlines in today's News Minute.
A new study finds that measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine do not raise the risk for autism, and it does not trigger autism in kids who are at risk of it. Those are the conclusions of a study of more than 650,000 children in Denmark, published in the journal Annals of Internal Medicine on Monday. The lead researcher said the idea that vaccine cause autism is still around and is getting a lot of attention on social media. The World Health Organization has ranked the reluctance or refusal to vaccinate despite vaccine availability as a top 10 threat to global health this year.
Workers covered up graffiti on a federal courthouse in Los Angeles Monday afternoon after vandals hit the building with anti-Trump messaging earlier in the day. The vandalism included an anarchist symbol. The graffiti was temporarily covered with paper. According to police, federal authorities will investigate the incident.
2 Stanford University buildings that have for years carried the name of Father Junipero Serra will be renamed to honor 2 alumni, Sally Ride, a physicist and the first American woman in space, and Carolyn Lewis Etneve, a psychologist credited with creating the field of Native American mental health. Stanford announced the new names on Wednesday. Ori, I'm really happy that Stanford is taking the initiative to do this. But speaking of powerful women, Max Bonstetter is in the studio with a special on Women's History Month installment of Today in History.
What do you have for us today, Max?
Well, Ori, it's officially March, and that means it's Women's History Month. In 1871, Rosa Luxemburg, the leader of a revolutionary faction of the German Socialist Party during World War I, was born in Zamość, Poland, an area at the time that was under Russian control. The youngest of 5 children in a lower middle-class Jewish family, Luxemburg became interested in radical politics at a young age. In the years leading up to World War I, Luxemburg became increasingly radical in her ideology. After a demonstration in May 1916 against the war, she was imprisoned. Luxemburg helped create the new Communist Party of Germany, KPD. In a later conflict, she was captured and killed. Her body, thrown into a canal, was not retrieved until 5 months later. In death, Luxemburg became a martyr to the cause of international socialist revolution. Well, that's all from me. Back to you.
Very interesting. Thanks for that, Max. Moving on now from the world to the world of sports. Trey Bishoping is in the studio now.
Trey, I heard Pally Sports were off yesterday. Hopefully there's a lot of action today.
There sure is, Noah and Ori. Boys varsity baseball is at home facing Sacred Heart Prep at 3:30 p.m. and boys JV baseball is away at Sacred Heart Prep at 3:32. Girls varsity softball is away at Milpitas at 3:30 p.m. and girls JV plays Milpitas at home at 3:30. Boys varsity tennis is away at Wilcox at 3:30 p.m. and boys JV is home facing Wilcox at 4. The badminton team is away at Milpitas today at 3:45. Both the JV and varsity squads play at 3:45. Finally, girls lacrosse faces off against Archbishop Midi at home at 7 p.m. for varsity. And while this isn't quite a sport, the robotics does require just as much effort and time and training to perform well. And our robotics team did just that, as they crushed it in the Del Mar Regional. With 9 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie, they went on to captain the number 5 Alliance into quarterfinals with a blowout in double elimination. This is the first time the team has successfully captained an Alliance into semifinals since 2010. It was a thrilling victory, and in the awards ceremony Sunday evening, the business team won the Entrepreneurship Award, which celebrates an entrepreneurial spirit by a team that has developed a comprehensive business plan in order to define, manage, and achieve a team's ongoing objectives. Last but not least, the Pally Robotics team building captain Lawrence Chang walked away a Dean's List finalist, an award for outstanding student leaders whose passion for the effectiveness and attaining first ideals for exemplary, which only begins to describe the dedication and inspiration and support he has given the robotics team on their great journey. That's all for me. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Trey. I don't know about you, Ori, but while our robotics team was stuck indoors, I was outside enjoying the little bit of sun that we had over the weekend.
Yeah.
Our meteorologist, Cody Millar, is in the studio now with today's weather report.
What can we expect out there today, Cody?
Well, Ori, today we can expect to be in the low 50s or mid 50s in Palo Alto, with San Francisco being in the high 50s and Oakland being in the mid 50s as well. Over in San Jose, we have mid 50s as well. Moving on to our single day forecast, we are at 57 degrees Fahrenheit with a low in 54 Fahrenheit, with a small gust of wind at 7 miles per hour and humidity at 84%. Moving on to tomorrow, we have a high of 60 and a low of 48, and a little bit of overcastness on Thursday with a high of 53 and a low of 43. Moving on to our 5cast, Friday will be a lot sunnier at a high of 55 and low of 42, and the same high for Saturday with a bit of showers. Sunday will be slightly overcast at 59 Fahrenheit and 44 Fahrenheit. That's all from me. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Cody. Well, that does it for today's episode.
Be sure to visit our website to check out old episodes, check the bulletin, or to send us an email.
Until next time, have a great day, Pally.